The state tonight, people are mourning the loss of one of the most popular governors in Washington history. Gardner has died of complications from Parkinson's disease. He was 76. His daughter said today, "We're very sad to lose my father, who had been struggling with a difficult disease for many years. But we are relieved to know that he's at rest now and his fight is done."
He was a guy who, was born into enormous wealth and who chose a different path. And in terms of, he wanted to find ways to give back and make a difference in people's lives. And he spent his whole life doing that.
Ron Dotzauer was Gardner's campaign manager and longtime friend. Gardner was so unknown around the state when he first ran for governor. His campaign came up with the slogan, "Booth Who?"
People didn't think he could win. He didn't know that he could win, but we did pretty well.
Gardner was a long shot, but he won, taking office in 1985. And he won by a landslide 4 years later. Dotzauer says despite holding a lofty office, Gardner remained humble.
He eschewed the limelight. He just wanted to quietly go about his business.
His focus on education, protecting the environment and those less fortunate. Senator Patty Murray said Booth's imprint on our state will long be seen in our classrooms and the many open spaces he fought to protect. Up until the very end of his life, Booth remained a fighter for the issues he cared most about. In a statement, Governor Jay Inslee said Gardner helped prepare Washington for the 21st century. His accomplishments are immense, from creating the basic health plan to enacting the Growth Management Act, and he touched every part of life in our state. In his later years, death with dignity became Gardner's cause.
It is based on Oregon's Death with Dignity Act, and that act has stood the test of time.
Gardner led the charge to make Washington the second state to legalize assisted suicide. By that time, he had been living with Parkinson's disease for several years. An Oscar-nominated documentary was made about the Death with Dignity campaign called The Last Campaign of Governor Gardner.
He's really a special human being. Forget that he was governor. Forget that he was ambassador to Geneva. Forget that he came from enormous wealth. He was just a unique human being, and, he's going to be missed.
A public memorial is being planned, and the family asks any donations be made to the Northwest Parkinson's Foundation. A little boy is in critical condition tonight after a rollover crash near Gig Harbor. This happened early this morning, and you can still see the tracks and some of the debris. State troopers say the boy's uncle was driving drunk with him and his sister in the car.